Hello, I'm at the Peru Mall in Peru, Illinois. It's about 90 miles southwest of Chicago. Um, Unfortunately, as I said, the mall's not doing all that great. They already lost two anchors last year. It's today's Mother's Day, 2018. Um, yeah, I'm an amateur at this, so pardon me. I don't think anybody's on YouTube has done this mall, so I'm giving it a try. Um, but yeah, that's the sign for the Peru Mall. Has not changed. I mean, that's the same logo. The sign's probably newer, but the logo is still 70s, as you can tell. This mall is at right off of Route 80 at exit 75, Route 251. Interstate 39 is to the east of us here. Um, there's the empty J.C. Penney's anchor. I grew up going to this mall. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and the mall was it was bustling very well until very recently with all this Amazon. Even up to 10 years ago, this mall was full whenever I used to come down and visit my parents. I used to live in Ottawa, so I consider this my quote-unquote hometown shopping mall, which is near and dear to my heart. And it's sad to see like a lot of empty stores, as you'll see in another video. I'm gonna edit all these videos together. I'm still learning how to use PowerPoint, so I'm gonna make an attempt at it. So pardon all the shaking and all that stuff, all the floor shots and stuff. And then this is the front of the mall. This is what you see off of 251. It's Marshall's, which got into the mall in 2006, and I guess it's considered an anchor, but it's more of a junior anchor. So hopefully that'll keep the mall alive after Bergner's closes. And there's the mall entrance, which would lead you to Bergner's. I used to work at the Bergner's. And I did a separate video of the Bergner's, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, that's the front of the mall. Unfortunately, the parent company of Bergner's, which includes Carson's, your Elder Beerman, Yonkers, Herberger's, all those stores are closing, which sucks. I used to love shopping at Bergner's and Carson's up in the Chicago area. And I am doing a slideshow of all the Bergner's and Carson storefronts in Illinois only. And then there's the Yonkers and Moline, which I'll eventually get to. So stay tuned for that slideshow video, which I'll post as soon as I'm done with the project, which is going to be an extensive project. So, alright. So, I'm going to leave this be now. Enjoy the video of the mall. Alright. Hey, hello, I'm at the Peru Mall. Of course, the mall's not doing too well. What I'm looking at right now is the Sears anchor that shut down earlier this year, or no, last year actually, in 2017. I do have videotape inside of the mall. It might be a little shaky. I'm an amateur at this, so just pardon the all the shaking and everything. I also got the inside of the Bergner store that's closing. So after that closes, there's not going to be any anchors or anything. This is Mother's Day, so the mall was a little busy, but not as busy as it once was. So there's the empty Sears anchor. Look at that right there. And we got Joann Fabrics, I think like 2012 or 13. They moved from across the street. So yeah, so I got video of inside of the mall too. I'm gonna do my best to edit all these videos I'm putting together here, so stay tuned. All right. Okay, sorry if I repeated myself in that last little bit there, outside of the Sears. Anyway, we are inside of the mall now. Now, what I failed to mention outside was that Montgomery Ward's used to be where the Sears is. Back in 2001, we all know what happened to Montgomery Ward's. They went bankrupt. For you kids that don't know what Montgomery Ward's is, basically it's a Sears. So so this is the Sears anchor right here, and then off on the left, you'll see a quick shot of Joann Fabrics. That used to be Brown Sporting Goods, and then later on MC Sporting Goods. Fashion Bug was over there next to the Joann. They went bankrupt. That was county seat where that off the wall is. Used to buy a lot of my clothes from there when I was a teenager in the 90s. That brown store over there, that was a Kay's jewelry store. That moved out by Kohl's. And then down this hallway, off on the right, thank you. That's a movie theater's down there. And I didn't get down there, but I think the arcade might still be down there. I'm not sure. That's Suncoast. Shoe Sensation and Sports Sensation was there. And the Orange Bowl and Caramel Corn was in this general area back in the 80s. That was a disc jockey. I used to buy a lot of music from there. Later on, it was a Vandy Women's store. And then across the way, that FYE is closing. That used to be a Sam Goody. They're closing, unfortunately. Behind me was Victoria's Secret. I didn't feel it right to film in there. And then behind me also is Claire's. Used to be a bakery there we used to stop at all the time back in the 80s, and they had good cookies there. That was Baskin Robbins, where that black is. Where that white is, that was Fannie Mae. Down the hall there's a couple of restaurants, Cajun place, and I don't know what was down there. Optical store was there. Where that white is, was a Radio Shack. The 90s looking Bath and Body Works there. Spencer's has been in the mall since forever. That's obviously a newer store. Right there was a Hot Topic. Before that, it was Man Alive. Where Rue 21 was a KB toy store. Avita. This was some spa place. They moved to downtown LaSalle. Pardon the floor shot. A Country Cottage, where that's at. That used to be Music Land. Used to buy a lot of music from there too. Where this Marshall's is, used to be Walgreens, long time ago. Now we're into the add-on of the mall. This was added on to in 1979. The mall was built in 1974 with Bergner's and Montgomery Ward's as the original anchors. So right now, this is the 1979 add-on to the mall. Now this facade coming up that I'm going to focus on, this was the Limited. How many Limiteds do you know look like this? This is the original 1979 facade of the Limited. I wish the sign was there. That would have been a treasure right there. It was like an oval with lowercase letters. If anybody has a picture of that sign, please post it somewhere. That used to be Christopher and Banks, but they moved down the hall. Pearl Vision was over here somewhere. Play area coming up in front of this Penney's that we're coming up to. Hot Sam was right there. How many people remember Hot Sam? Sorry for the floor shot, but there was like a guy like just that was staring at me as soon as I came up to his storefront. That Secret Nails place, that was pretty busy. A lot of people in there. This is the J.C. Penney's. Look at that. The same glass and everything from 1979. The facade of it and everything. The silver. There's a sneak peek in there. I used to shop in there all the time for Arizona jeans and stuff like that. And I still shop Penney's. I'm a loyal shopper at that store too. Look at that. Left a scar there. It was up for so long, almost 40 years. Country Cottage was where that fun zone is. They obviously moved down the hallway. This last I remember, this was a Christian bookstore. It was a Berean Christian store. This is where some vending machines are, pop, candy, that sort of thing. This Ditto's coming up. They have very good pretzels there. There always seems to be a line there every time I come in here. This was Walden Books. Later on, it was a Book World. Then check out this beautiful facade. This was a Curlin's Hallmark store. They used to have a candy. They used to have candy in there and everything. I love my candy. Always bought my candy from there, and cards too. This has been here forever. Then this video is gonna stop suddenly because I ran out of memory. So I'll be back with some final thoughts. I want to thank you for watching the video as I took a tour of the Peru Mall. Here are my thoughts on the mall. This mall is the only mall that is located within a circle that's like 50 to 60, maybe 70 miles from any of the nearest malls in some of the larger cities. There are a lot of quality stores in this mall, as you saw in the video. So I encourage anybody that lives in the area, LaSalle County, Bureau County, Putnam County, to continue shopping at this mall. It keeps the tax dollars local and everything, and be able to continue to provide basic services. This mall does need an anchor store, however. We have Marshalls, but I honestly don't think that itself will continue to keep the mall viable. A Macy's or a Stage Store needs to go in somewhere. The movie theater, I think that could move to one of the either the Sears or the J.C. Penney's anchors. Ross Dress for Less, Ulta Beauty, whatever chains that are growing right now can probably keep this mall continuing for years to come. It's just sad to see all these empty spaces after all these years of being a great mall. So again, I just want to thank you. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think about this. God bless you, and I look forward to continuing to put more content on YouTube. Again, thank you. And I'm going to leave you with the Peru Mall directory from 1986, which came out of the News Tribune.